This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Hello, I'm John Solberg. I'm your host for the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. And I'm really happy to tell you that today's show is brought to you by Green Mountain Grills. For 17 years, Green Mountain Grills has brought the smoke to the competition scene in backyards all over the world. Their Venturi fire, I'm going to start this all over right now, and I'm going to leave it in. Did you know for 17 years, Green Mountain Grills has brought the smoke to the competition scene in backyards all over the world? Their Venturi-style firebox delivers the cleanest 150-degree smoke in the pellet game. Their newly redesigned 2025 Prime 2.0 grills blend the proven technology of the past with the technology of the future. Green Mountain Grills is the original innovator of all things Wi-Fi, and they continue to give the user granular controls to control their grills in any environment from anywhere. So you need to head on over to greenmountaingrills.com and check out the new 2.0 Green Mountain Grills. That's greenmountaingrills.com. And did you know before there were embedded correspondents, there were embedded correspondents?
Bonus content time, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, bonus content. Let's be honest, I got a little involved in the show this past Tuesday, and I lost track of time to fit in some on-site location interviews that took place this past weekend at the Pickin' in the Panhandle contest. Embedded reporter extraordinaire Kelly Dodd was out there with her dad, Brian Dodd, who's the pitmaster of Whoose Smokin, Whoose Smokin. And she went around and did a number of interviews, not to mention with the likes of Pellet Envy, PA Midnight Smokers, Whoose Smokin, Cool Smoke, Chicks, Swine, and Bovine, and 420Q. So what we're going to do here is just go back to back, playing an intro. Then we'll have some of the interviews that she did with the teams. And then finally, she did a follow-up interview with the guys over at Chick, Swine, and Bovine, who ended up winning that competition as well. So sit back, enjoy the bonus content. These are live, on-location interviews that were done just this past weekend at the Pickin' in the Panhandle contest done by Kelly Dodd. Always appreciate the time that she gives to the show and gets these great interviews. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
This is Kelly Dodd reporting for BBQ Central Radio. I'm at Pickin' in the Panhandle in Hedgesville, West Virginia. This contest is unique in that it is the only state championship in West Virginia, so the winner gets an automatic bid into the Jack. I'm with Rod from Pellet Envy. How are you doing today, Rod?
I'm doing good.
You travel all over the country to compete in barbecue contests. Do you change your style depending where you are in the country?
No. We cook the same food wherever we go, all over the country, from Florida to Las Vegas, same stuff.
How are you cooking? How's the cook today?
You know, it doesn't really matter what I thought, it's what the judges think. If I like my stuff, they hate it. If I hate my stuff, they like it. So we'll wait till 5 o'clock and find out what they thought.
What were you cooking on today?
Cooked on a Jambo. I call it a gear pit. I've got my trailer that's always had a couple of pellet pits on the back of it, and last summer Jamie built me a custom Jambo that fits on the back here. So it's a traditional offset stick-burning pit.
And where will we see you next?
Next weekend I'll be in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and then in Murfreesboro, Illinois, and then the American Royal.
I'm with Hess from PA Midnight Smokers. How are you doing today, Hess?
Oh, I'm doing just about right. Having a good day.
How many times have you been to the Jack?
I've been there 3 times, and this year will be my 4th.
How do you feel to be returning to the Jack?
Oh, it's exciting. We, everybody wants to end up getting to the Jack, and we did get to draw again this year, so we're looking forward to it.
How do you feel the cook went today?
Some days I'm a little iffy with my cooks, but today I felt that I had a good cook, so I'm looking forward to a good day today.
Were there any categories that gave you trouble?
If I had to say any of them, it would be chicken. but my strong categories are brisket and pork, but I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with the chicken.
And where will we see you next?
I'm going to be at the Smoktoberfest that's in Chambersburg, and then from there we're going to the Jack the following week. So
I'm with Tuffy from Cool Smoke. Last weekend you won Reserve Grand at Smokin' on the Bay. Does that affect you this weekend?
Well, we've been, I think we've cooked about 15 contests this year, and we feel like we've cooked very good food all year long, but we haven't been hitting our marks. We've been up there in the top 10 pretty consistently, but, our pork and our ribs had seemed to kind of drop off a little bit, and chicken and brisket had been doing strong for us. And I guess starting about 3 weeks ago, we were fortunate enough we went down to Marietta, Georgia, cooking in the Sam's Club event, and we were fortunate enough that day that we won grand, and we had made some tweaks to our food, not big changes, but some small tweaks. And so that put a little skip in our step and a little fire in the belly, and so we said, well, we'll go cook the next contest. So we went to a great little contest in Greer, South Carolina. It was a first-year event, and we went down there, and we cooked pretty good food that weekend, but we didn't think it was quite as good as the Sam's Club event. But anyways, we were fortunate enough that day where we got Reserve Grand, and so we had more fire in the belly and more wind behind the sails, and said, all right, well, now let's go to Tracy's Landing. Well, we didn't know if we were going to be able to go to Tracy's Landing because the hurricane had come through, Irene had come through Richmond, and we'd been without power for about 8 days. And on Thursday morning, my wife says to me, if you want to go to that contest, you can. And so I didn't know if we were going to be able to pull it together and find meat and everything, but I went out and looked for ribs, and we found ribs, and anyways, everything kind of came together. Well, we didn't leave Richmond until 2:30 in the afternoon on Saturday morning. It was a Saturday-Sunday contest, and I looked at my backyard Saturday morning, and there was a Georgia Power guy, and a big smile came on my face, and these guys came all the way up from Georgia to Richmond, and we had a power pole that had snapped in our backyard, and they got out there, and they got on it, and they got us back in power at 2:30, so I disconnected the generator and got everything going, got the windows down, got the air conditioning going. I'm getting windy, I'm sorry. And we barreled on up the road to Tracy's Landing, Maryland, and got in there, I guess, about 5 o'clock. You were our neighbors that weekend, and rushed pretty much the whole weekend, and a beautiful venue up there. Anyway, we had decent food. And anyways, we all sat around for awards to go, and you know what it's like. You think you've cooked good food, you hope you've cooked good food, and you start to wonder after a while. And anyway, so we ended up getting 4 calls that day. Honestly speaking, we were the only team that had 4 calls that weekend, and there was a pretty good chance that we were going to be up there in the hunt. And then my good buddy Myra Mixon, Jack's Old South, he came all the way up from Georgia and robbed me. And I don't know how that man sleeps at night, but anyways, yeah, we were real happy to have Reserve. But to answer your question, which I didn't because you asked a question and then I got on a tangent, which I'm known to do. Yeah, I think when it's like you guys winning chicken last weekend. When you win a category or when you're up there, it gives credibility to the recipe that you're cooking and what you're doing with food. And when you have that, then it's just a matter of focusing and tweaking what you have and not worried about whether that recipe's correct or not. So that helps, and so, but this, West Virginia here, where we're at this weekend in Hedgesville, it's about, I think, 49 professional teams, a bunch of good cooks here. Last year we cooked this contest. We didn't do so well. We think we cooked good food today, but you know as well as I do, we're going to find out at 5 o'clock at awards how we did. But all in all, yes, a reserve, a first place in chicken, it helps build your confidence, and I think that can start you down a path of hopefully cooking some better food.
Was there a category that gave you particular trouble?
And there you go. Embedded reporters. She was a correspondent. I believe Kelly was the first correspondent for the show. I could be wrong. Greg, is that right? Is she the first? Hey, you want to check out the rest of the show? There's some more interviews left in it. Head over to the bbqcentralshow.com. Link in today's show notes is going to take you to the complete episode. Go check that out and let me know what you think. You can always get a hold of me at John, Jon, at thebbqcentralshow.com. And until next time on the best moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less, I'm your host, John Solberg. I look forward to talking to you again soon.